I think we're live right now.
Woo!
Merry
And
Christmas.
yeah, the YouTube page is coming up.
Cool.
Yeah, it says it's now streaming live on YouTube.
All right, sweet.
So
Yeah,
this
I'll
is an
take that off.
interesting experiment.
Yep.
This is
Yeah, we're
something.
fucking come around doing this live stream. Oh shoot. It's coming off of the
What's
actual
it?
screen that my voice was. Gonna
Oh,
have
you're
your
Oh,
echoing.
YouTube
Yeah.
webpage up. All right. Darkest greetings for sci-fi and holiday slasher fans. Drew here from Horror Sci-Fi and Beyond. Emmerich here doing our second live stream. And hopefully more of you guys will show up on here. Uh Real quick, I'm gonna share this video or this stream on the Facebook page and some other people before we get too deep into it. If you want to kind of talk to
Sure.
your guys, or you if you guys want to talk to each other real quick.
I have
Sure.
nothing to say to Eric.
Okay.
When did y'all do a
All
live
right, we'll sit
stream
in silence then.
before?
We did like a John Williams top 10 or
Oh,
something
was that a
like that, or
live?
best scores. I think it
Yeah, I
was
was
live. I think
supposed
that
to
was
be
live.
on
Yeah.
that, but I wasn't able to do it because I think y'all did it during Halloween Horror Nights. But
No,
Mm.
we
just
did
so
it
you
way
know,
before
No, this
that.
was in like
was it?
May, I think, or June. I can't remember. It was a long
Hmm.
time ago. I know I was doing I was shooting that show during the time, so it was like I don't remember. I don't remember what
Well,
we
there
talked
was
about.
there was some reason I wasn't able to do it. I can't remember now, but
Mm.
I did say that my favorite John Williams score is E.T.
Oh, I forgot to mention that too.
Yeah, I know. I listened to it.
I'm sorry.
Just pretended I didn't exist.
We'll use this now.
Out of sight, out of mind.
I actually do have that weird complex where I feel like as soon as I leave the room, I cease to exist to the people in
Mm-hmm.
the room.
Mm-hmm.
I that's my greatest like paranoid, lizard brain thought.
Oh yeah.
That's
Yeah.
funny.
Mine's the exact opposite. I think I Uber exists once I leave a room, and then they
Oh,
think that
and
like
everybody's
that I'm
talking bad about you
talking
behind your back.
just talking trash about me behind all the time. So
That's funny. All right. Almost done, guys.
no, you're
Okay.
good. See anything new, Jackson?
I went to see The Marvels. I think I talked about that though
Mm.
when we did the last MCU look back.
I know you talked to me about it. I don't think we talked about it on the actual pod.
Oh, okay. Well, I saw The Marvels. It was fun. I found it
That's what
rather
I've heard.
delightful.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I
I
I
love
I
what's her name? Iman
oh Mrs. Marvel, Ms. Marvel,
Villani or
Miss Marvel.
something like that.
Yes,
Ms. Marvel,
yes,
yeah. I
yeah.
think she is just the most charming person. I love her in the MCU. So
Okay,
That
guys.
sounds fun. I've heard good things. Hmm?
Just to let you know that the thumbnail for the live stream is whatever banner I have or logo I have
Mm-hmm.
for my actual YouTube channel, which is Ghostface. So you guys get
Mm-hmm.
confused with that.
We're not talking
Somebody,
about Scream. I mean, I guess we will talk a little bit about Scream, but
yeah, I guess it, yeah. I'm gonna try to change that real quick. If you guys gonna continue talking.
sure. I did watch May December, the Natalie
hmm.
Portman, Julianne Moore movie that's on
Yeah,
Netflix.
how's that?
Wonderful. I would recommend watching
Really?
it at your nearest
Okay.
convenience. Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh, I watched
Maybe
holdovers.
one of the best things I saw this year. What now?
I watched the holdovers.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
how was that?
Um, it made my top 10 in the year, and I don't want to
Yeah,
spoil where it lands.
I
10.
I think I like every Alexander Payne movie less than I liked the previous one. Like,
Really
yeah, because
interesting.
I never seen Citizen Ruth. I love Election. I love About Schmidt.
I did
Yeah.
not like
But
Election. I have to turn it off like 5 minutes
I
in.
but I
Oh, I
didn't
love
really like
Election. Yeah.
Sideways. Nebraska was
Sideways is fine.
okay. Descendants is
Yeah.
okay.
I really hate The
Downsizing's kind of
Descendants.
bad.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm just not into Alexander Payne anymore. Like About Schmidt is one of my favorites. Like period.
Mm.
I think it was my favorite movie the year it came out.
Was it
uh
2003 or something like 2002?
2002. It was
Yeah,
2002. Or maybe it was 3. I can't. Hmm.
it's some
No,
of
it
those
was
early
2
aughts.
because I remember Jack Nicholson. Everybody thought either him or Daniel Day-Lewis was going to win best actor, and then Adrian Brody
Mhm.
came out of nowhere and
Oh,
won.
that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I remember when stuff comes out. Like,
No, that's weird. I do the same thing. I have like I tie it to like a personal memory or something in order to like
right.
gauge where I was in time and space.
But I was really rooting for Jack Nicholson that year because I mean I liked The Pianist a lot, but about Schmidt, like that is not like any other Jack Nicholson performance.
Yeah, it's
It's
subdued by
it's
like a long shot. Like
yeah, it's
it's
such a
wonderful.
different type of character. He's just like this
Mm-hmm.
old, sad, lonely man, you
So
know?
sad. It's so good. I love Kathy Bates in it too. Kathy Bates doesn't
She's
get enough
terrific.
love. Yeah.
You didn't
That
make
is
it
a
happen. Plus,
fearless
need the
woman right
car.
there.
Hmm?
I know I was quoting on Misery.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
I love that
Active
movie.
Duty. Yeah.
oh, she's so great in that.
She's wonderful.
Yeah.
She's always great. Like even on when she's doing silly stuff like The Office, you know, she showed up
Oh
on The
yeah.
Office
Oh, I
Oh,
forgot
really?
for
about that.
several
Yeah.
episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's wonderful in Primary Colors too. Is it
I've
Primary
never
Colors?
seen I've never seen that, but I've heard her performance is really, really good. But I've
She's really
never
good.
seen it.
The rest of the movie's a little uneven. It's too long.
Yeah.
And there's like basically you've got like a protagonist character, or you've got like the you're into this. It's the new guy, so they explain everything to him. So it gets a little old after a while.
Oh, okay.
But she's wonderful in it.
You guys seen
Yeah,
so much more movies than I have. It's kind of sad, actually.
we're just older.
Well, yeah, I'm like 10 years plus older than you. You know,
I'm a
I
good
might
8.
I don't watch nearly as many movies as I used to. When I was in
Same.
like high school, college, I was watching like 2 movies at least a day.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
I was
we
My
just
would.
favorite
seeing
is Griffin
everything.
Newman.
Yeah, when I was in high school, there was this local movie store because you still had video rental stores when I
I
was in high
loved
school.
those. That was my favorite.
And yeah, and like around the Oscars every year, they do a ballot, and you could guess what the who was going to win. And if
Oh, that's cool.
you won like a month of free movies. So
Oh,
I would rent
wow.
like 10 movies that I won like 7 years in a row, and I was like undefeated in town. So
That's amazing.
I watched so many movies. I would just spend that time catching up on everything I'd missed throughout the year and watch like 10 movies a day or something like that.
Yeah, the video store that I used to go to in high school, it was right on the way home from school. So I would stop there like almost every day on my way home
Mm-hmm.
from school. And I would, you know, talk to the lady that worked there. She was like in her 50s or 60s, but we sort of
Yeah.
became friends because we would talk about movies and stuff. But
Mm-hmm.
they had a deal. It was all VHS tapes still because this is
Mm.
the um, late 90s, early 2000s.
Mm-hmm.
And they had a deal where you could get 5 older releases for 5 days for $5.
$5.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But
Dollar movies.
I would get $5 or the 5 movies, and then I'd have them watched in
Watch
a
them all.
day or
Yeah.
two,
Yeah.
and then I'd go back and get 5 more. So I was just watching everything.
Mm.
Uh, I, that's cool. So you guys ready to get started with this? And I'm
Yeah,
all
let's jump right in.
invested. All right, guys. So on this live stream, as you can tell from the title, we'll be covering the 1974 Bob Clark holiday slasher classic, Black Christmas. And after that, we will be doing a cast and crew list for a remake of Stephen King's The Signing, which I'm excited for. Or at
That's
least
gonna
I
be
am.
interesting.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys
Yeah.
did your list or not.
I didn't actually write mine down. I think I've got it kind of locked into my head,
Okay.
but it may
Yeah.
change as I'm saying it.
Okay.
Same.
Oh.
Same.
So a few more things before we get to that. So we decided right before we went on here that we will be skipping the MCU look back this month. In doing the 2 movies, Spider-Man Homecoming and Thor Ragnarok on February, because we're just taking a break in January from the whole so. Okay, we just need it. It's been a pretty busy year. for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, and then I know you two guys got some stuff going on this month. But
Yep.
we're definitely, without fail, gonna be doing the Christmas special when we're gonna review Home Alone 1 and 2, Lost in New York.
Woo.
We'll be also talking our favorite movies and least favorite movies of 2023 and our most anticipated movies of 2024.
My list is going to be very short. I have not watched nearly enough
Same.
movies this year.
I haven't seen anything.
Yeah, you could do whatever. You could have it in whatever format you guys want to do.
I don't even know what's coming out next year. I have no idea. I used to keep up with this stuff so much, and I don't.
Really?
Sure.
Yeah, COVID broke my spirit when it came to that sort of thing.
Okay.
I feel like they would do a better job of announcing them too. Like I feel like they would do teasers like a year out or something for some movies. I don't feel like they do that anymore. Like they showed the trailer for like Two Towers whenever it was like a year out from coming out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Didn't they?
Crazy.
I'm pretty sure.
But that's also kind of annoying when they do that. I don't really like it. I like the marketing for 10 Cloverfield Lane, because the first trailer for that came out like just a couple weeks before the movie.
Right.
And it's like, oh,
Dropped
cool,
it.
surprise. And then it wound up being really good. So
Right.
It's maybe the best of them, in honesty, in my opinion.
but
I never saw
I really
saw the
liked
Netflix
first one. I tried to watch it and I got bored and fell asleep.
Yeah.
But
Honestly,
the first one I think is still really good. But
Yeah.
the second one, it's such a different type of movie. Like you really can't compare them.
Yeah.
So
I like the second one more because it's more my
really
type of
good.
movie for sure.
I've always been a Mary Elizabeth Winstead fan.
Oh yeah, who would it be?
She's terrific. I wish she was a bigger star. Okay.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, there's a lot of people that could have a better career path, but also in that holiday special or Christmas special, I'm gonna be kind of giving you guys a preview of the different episodes that we're gonna do for next year, because we got a pretty cool lineup coming up next year that I'm really excited for. Yeah, a lot of anniversary movies, a lot of big anniversaries are coming or gonna happen next year, which is really cool. So be looking out for that. Now one more thing before we get to the Black Christmas review. We kind of have to address the elephant in the room, considering that we're all three fans of the slasher franchise Scream. And we found out, unfortunately, that a couple weeks ago that Marissa Barrera got fired from the Scream movie over some tweets that she made about this conflict going on in Israel and Palestine, and I don't want to get too deep into the weeds on the political side of that, because I'm hearing different things on different sides, and it's just I'm really ignorant on that. But it is very unfortunate that she would not be in any of the movies as of now.
Right. And it's like Jen Ortega like jumped ship like immediately afterwards.
Yeah,
it's like I got scheduling conflicts. I gotta go. I'm like, oh man. I mean, I guess at least I will say this: at least 6 didn't end on a cliffhanger where they needed all those characters again to make it happen.
6 ended in such a way where it's like, okay, I can buy that.
They could wrap it up. Yeah,
the story of the core 4 is over, and they could just restart it with some new people. You know,
right?
That's the beauty of Scream, is like it's a very malleable franchise.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean that is an interesting point. But I just like those two characters.
I love them. Yeah. Screams 5, 6 are among my favorite of the whole series. I like them better than I like 2 and 3.
I do like. I'm not crazy about 2. A lot of people love 2, but I think 5 and 6 are better than 2 in my opinion. And 3,
I would agree.
3's. I love 4 though. In all honesty,
4 is my favorite.
5 is definitely better than that's my second favorite one.
I think I like 6 better than 5.
Oh,
but
really?
I love 5, but 6 is just 6, they just do some different things with the
Mm.
franchise. You know, it's got a
Yeah.
different feel, and it felt like they
Mhm.
really rejuvenated it a lot. So
Yeah, but
oh
yeah, like
Spice
I
it up.
said, it's
yeah,
just unfortunate that that have to happen. You know, it's just,
Yeah.
yeah,
I
yeah,
mean,
because I like her a lot.
yeah, it's just
Mhm.
the thing is, it's like it's not like a J.K. Rowling situation where like it was pretty much like that was kind of despicable. Her voice, your viewpoint on the trans community was kind of despicable. Like this is like a very touchy subject where people have strong opinions on both sides. I guess
Yeah,
people still do on the with the trans issues, but like I
yeah.
feel like this is a bit different. Where like,
It's one of those things that like I didn't realize how strong people's opinions were until
Mhm.
started hearing about this stuff.
hmm,
Like
Yeah.
because I don't have strong opinions about it because I don't know enough about it to have a
hmm,
strong opinion. From what I do know, I feel like uh one side is bad for one reason and the other side is bad for a completely
right,
different reason. That's what I come away uh from it with. But yeah, I mean, that's about it for me.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Hopefully, it's another James Gunn type of situation where
I could see it being just because Screams 5 and 6 were so successful.
mm,
Mhm.
Like Scream 6, I think made a lot of money.
It made it like $100 million.
Um,
This is the first time those movies have done that since like two.
yeah.
Like, and that was in the
So it
90s.
was a big hit.
yeah,
And
I think
yeah,
six the highest grossing one in the franchise, right?
Mm, maybe.
I probably not if
It
you adjust for inflation.
Yeah,
and probably
all
not.
that
Maybe
stuff
not
is
internationally.
weird.
I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, and then of course Jenna Ortega, she's the biggest star in the franchise right
Hmm.
now.
Hmm.
You know, and
Yeah, she's like
so
the
the fact
biggest
that she's
thing in
out,
horror right now, pretty much. Like everybody like wants her for stuff. Her and like maybe Anna Taylor Joy are like the two most
In demand.
yeah in demand actresses. Did you guys
yeah,
see the trailer for Furiosa?
I
yes,
did.
I'm cautiously optimistic about it.
Same.
I'm
Same.
Yeah,
looking
It
forward
doesn't
to it.
quite give me. Doesn't quite give me Fury Road vibes quite yet. Like
it
Fury Road was
it looks like it's a
weird and
lot
wild.
more CGI than Fury Road had.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that always like that the cool thing about that franchise is how little CGI they use.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Um, it's a very practical, like tactile action franchise, and I
Yeah.
don't want George Miller. He's getting old, man.
Mm.
He's like
In the
almost 80
70s.
years old.
Yeah. And it's also like I don't know. I really like Charlize Theron in
She's
Fury
great, and I
Road.
love Anya Taylor Joy. I'm
I
a
do
big
too.
fan. Um,
Could we have just done
but
a different apocalypse movie? Like, did it have to be? I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, you're just going to draw comparisons now between.
we'll
I don't
see
know.
because we don't really know what the story is yet,
True.
and the strength of Fury Road is not just in its visuals, but I think the story is very strong in that one.
Mm-hmm.
It's simple, but it is
Mm-hmm.
powerful.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why that combined with just the raw filmmaking power is why I think it's the greatest movie made in my lifetime.
It's a wonderful experience. If you, Drew, if you never saw it in theaters, if it comes to plays in theaters, you have to go see it. It's amazing. I went and saw it at
It is.
drive-in, and it
I
was
bet.
fucking wonderful.
Yeah,
I tell you what's also cool is watching it in black and white.
Oh, I've
okay.
never seen the Chrome version. I hear it's
Yeah,
good.
it gives it a completely different feel because you start to see like all of his filmmaking influences, like everything
Uh,
from Kurosawa to Buster Keaton to Bergman, weirdly enough.
mm, mm,
Like you can see all that stuff in black and white. It really makes those influences pop.
Yeah, I
So
bet.
okay.
But no, it's a really good movie. It's a really cool action movie. I need to watch it again. I'm a casual Mad Max fan. I think they're interesting, unique
mhm.
movies. But I mean, for me, the biggest appeal of Furiosa is Anna Taylor Joy. Like, I will go to the theater and see any movie that she is in because I'm
Oh
dedicated
yeah, she's
to her.
terrific. I
Yeah,
just watched the other night. Speaking of her, I watched her version of Emma. the Jane Austen
yeah.
adaptation. It is an absolute delight. I loved it.
Okay. I haven't seen it. I've heard good things. All right, I'll watch it.
It's very quirky, funny, beautiful to look at. Yeah, it was really good. Anyway, that's all I had.
I feel like we got off on a tangent. I'm sorry, everyone. I think they came that shit.
This is a ramble on. We're allowed to do that.
You're right. You're right.
Oh yeah. So I'm drinking some hot cocoa just real quick on a side note with my Hellfire Club mug. I got for my boy Eddie.
Did you get that at Universal or did you already have it?
No, I got it at a local GameStop.
Okay.
I might call it Game Exchange. It's pretty cool. Yeah. But yeah, you guys ready to get into the Black Christmas review?
Sure. Let's jump right in.
All right. And here is the plot summary for Black Christmas according to IMDb. During their Christmas break, a group of sorority girls are stalked by a stranger.
I mean, yeah, that's
in
a nutshell. Is there more? Is that it? Is that the whole
synopsis? Over. Moving on. Anyway.
Chestnut cell. Now, in a nutshell. Yeah, that's the phrase. I blanked out for a second. I'm trying to make a Christmas pun, Eric. No, he said when I read the description, he said, yeah, that's it in a nutshell. And then I said in a chestnut cell. Snail. Cell.
Shell. Yes. Okay. They were roasting over an open fire.
Okay. Yeah, I totally fucked that up.
The Nutcracker. I don't know.
Dun, 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 dun.
Oh, that's the most bored I've ever been in a theater. The Nutcracker is the most boring thing in the world.
Well, you know, I gotta say to you, Jackson.
Okay, fine. I don't care. Have I ever cared? No.
Yeah, well, we're punk rock that way, bro.
Gonna be a bunch of ardent Nutcracker fans coming after you soon.
So I'm gonna so before we get into too deep into the review, what is your overall thoughts about the movie? Eric.
It's fine. I mean, if classic slasher movies, it's fine. It's not Halloween, but it's not as bad as some of them.
Right.
It's very 70s, like very 70s. Especially like their costumes. Like a lot of them are just like over the top. And I guess it's very Canadian too. I don't know. The most of it's pretty run of the mill, sort of generic sort of slasher movie. Someone hiding in the shadows, turn around, oh, they get killed, whatever. The phone calls are like really disturbing though. Like
yeah, they're
still kind of like and those really like catch me by surprise. I've only seen this movie like I think this may be the second time I've seen it. I watched it for the first time like maybe 5 years ago. I just never had any interest in watching it. And I was just shocked by like how like vulgar and like just kind of creepy those phone calls are, which is really what the movie has going for it.
Yeah, I think it kind of started. Well, I don't know if it started the phone call cliche, but it definitely popularized it for sure.
Well, when did this movie when a stranger calls come out?
That's what I was about
to ask. That was like later 70s, I believe.
I think this one came out first.
Yeah.
Because the whole like the calls coming from inside the house, you know, that's that's the whole thing of when okay, so this one did it first. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was with Carol Lynch, right? When the stranger calls.
Yeah. And this movie's directed by Bob Clark, which I like some of Bob Clark's movies. Christmas Story.
Yeah.
I've only seen the three big ones. I don't know that I've seen any of his other movies. Does he have other movies?
I can
only think of this one, Christmas Story, and Porky's.
Right.
I don't know any of his other movies.
I feel like he made other things, but I don't know what those are.
Well, now I want to look it up because it's going to bother me
All
If
right.
I
While you're
I'm
doing
looking up.
that,
Sorry,
I'll give
everyone.
my quick thoughts real quick.
okay.
I really like this movie. Personally, I don't like it as much as Halloween because that's me and my mom's special movie. Like that's her favorite movie to watch together. But I would have to say, on a technical sense, I think this movie is slightly superior to Halloween. Because
Huh.
Bob Clark is doing a lot more interesting things with the camera. Especially the part I think it's Olivia Hussey's character, which he's talking
Hmm.
to John Saxon, and like the camera kind of pans around her. That was really neat. That was
Mm.
definitely different. Um, the opening shot, I would say, or the opening POV shot, I would say, is just as good, if not better, than the opening POV shot in Halloween. Um, but I think you also have the added benefit of it cutting to other stuff. I mean, granted, the opening shot in Halloween is iconic. I'm not gonna
Hmm.
say it isn't. Like that's like probably the best, one of the most
Mm.
iconic opening shots in a horror movie, probably ever. Like you can't like name me one other iconic opening shot
In
than
a horror
the
movie or in a
opening shot.
movie?
No, in any horror in a horror movie when it opens
Oh.
out on the Myers house in that POV shot, like you can't get more
Yeah.
iconic than that. Um, the acting's not great. Um, I do think Olivia Husky is not the best actress in the world.
I like
I,
her.
I would beg to differ. I think she's pretty good in this.
Yeah, she's
And I
fine.
think she's great in Romeo and Juliet too, which came out
Yeah,
before this.
yeah.
But
No,
I
but she's absolutely gorgeous. Like,
She also played the Virgin Mary in the 1977 Jesus of Nazareth.
ooh,
It was
interesting.
a
oh,
TV miniseries. It's excellent, but
Mm,
she played the mother of Jesus in that.
yeah.
mm.
And this sweater that she wears in this movie is super iconic.
Yeah. What is it? What is that symbol? And I was
Yeah,
watching it
it's
this time. Is it
really
sign language? I can't figure it
I,
out.
I don't know. I was
Like on
looking
the
at
on the
it too, and
sweater?
I was just like,
Is
that's
there a symbol
odd.
on the
That's an
sweater?
odd pattern.
Oh no, I think it's her sorority symbol. So like when
Oh,
Oh,
sororities
okay.
do those
That
symbols,
makes
I think
sense.
that's what it is.
okay.
But I don't
Gotcha.
know.
Okay.
Someone probably knows. They're probably screaming
Yeah,
at
I
us
don't know.
on their computer right now.
Yeah.
Sorry,
But
everyone.
no, they're just YouTuber slash independent filmmaker up in Canada named Dave McQuay. And he's
Mhm.
really awesome. He does like really energetic videos. And he actually did a fan film that's a sequel. He did a couple
Hmm.
Mm.
called It's Me Billy. Um, based around Black Christmas. And he actually sold a limited amount of the shredders or the sweaters for
Mm.
both male and female sizes. And I
Oh,
was like, that's
interesting.
really cool.
I
Yeah,
would
I'm
have bought
like,
one of those
yeah,
sweaters.
if I can afford that and I have the body for it, I'll totally buy one. Cause that's
So
a
I
nice
looked up.
100%.
sweater.
I looked up Bob Clark. He directed a lot of movies.
He
Oh,
did,
really?
yeah.
He did a
Uh,
lot of movies, and I've seen a couple other. I've seen Murder by Decree, which is a Sherlock Holmes movie.
Mm.
hmm
Christopher Plummer plays Sherlock Holmes, and it's pretty
hmm
good. He did Rhinestone with Dolly Parton and Sylvester Stallone. He did both the
God,
baby. He did both
I
the
heard about
Baby
that movie.
Geniuses movies.
Oh, Baby
What?
Jesus 1 and 2?
He did both of them. Yeah,
No fucking
Oh,
way.
he did.
love
Bob
it.
So
I
Clark,
love it.
Black
yeah,
Christmas, and A Christmas
Yeah,
Story did baby fucking geniuses.
he
yeah.
did.
And he had such
Jesus
a great
Christ.
time making the first one that he went back for the
He
sequels.
went back for Super Babies.
He's like, I just
Oh
want me
my
some more Baby
God.
Geniuses. He did do Turk 182 too, which is
I don't know that
uh
one. Never heard of it.
it's like a it's in the 80s. I can't remember a lot about it. I watched a lot when I was a kid because it came on like HBO or Cinemax One.
Oh, okay.
I remember liking it, but I don't remember anything about it. I think there's like graffiti. It's
Okay.
also that's where Blink 182 got the 182 on their name is from that movie.
That's
Hmm.
odd.
Weird, yeah.
What movie?
Turk 182. I don't know.
I've never heard of
Bob
it.
Clark. Yeah.
But anyways, Jackson, what is your quick thoughts of Black Christmas?
It's not my favorite. I'll tell you what I do like about it before we get into like more specific. I think the cinematography is gorgeous. movie looks great. I like the cast. I like Olivia Hussey in this movie. I really like Margot Kidder in this movie.
Yes.
She is just going for it. And yeah, the scare scenes are pretty effective. You know, the killer in this movie is extremely creepy. So yeah, I think it's a
Eric.
movie that
Eric, do you mind moving your head a little bit? Because I want to show my audience how creepy this killer is. Just look at that. That is fucking terrifying.
Yeah, that's the most you see of him in the movie. Like you don't ever yeah, you just see his eye. And like the back of his head sometimes and stuff and his hands.
Yeah.
But it's a movie that there's a lot to like about it, but I don't think it's a great movie. And especially since it came out the same year as Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
No.
And that to me is the far superior 1974 proto slasher.
Yeah. So. Like I said, I like this movie way more. The Texas Chainsaw. I need to start making this a year's tradition because I really like this movie. I really like to feel the movie. It's like how Halloween is, and I'm wearing the shirt. I like how Halloween makes feels like Halloween, as well as Mike Doherty's Trick or Treat. This movie feels like Christmas. This to me, I like Gremlins a little bit more, but as far as a movie that feels like Christmas, this is a better movie because I just love the cinematography.
Definitely feels like a Canadian Christmas.
Yeah. I wouldn't know what that means.
It's just that Bob Clark's Canadian. They shot this in Canada.
Yeah, I knew that.
I've never been to Canada, so I don't know what anything feels like up there.
Now, you guys got my thoughts on this, but I want to go around the room again, and I'll start with you, Jackson. Do you think this opening POV shot, do you like it more or not as much as the opening POV shot in Halloween?
I think the Halloween one is far more iconic than this one.
Okay.
Yeah,
iconic, but which one do you like specifically more? Your personal opinion.
You know, I don't even really. I just watched this movie last night, and I already forgot the opening POV shot.
Fair enough.
Whereas the Halloween POV shot is seared into my brain for the rest of my life. Yeah. So I'm gonna have to go with that one.
Yeah, and I kind of I guess I already know your opinion. You said Halloween did. You like that one better?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, the opening of this is fine. It's very workmanlike. It's serviceable to the story. It does exactly what it needs to do for it. But you can tell that special care went into the Halloween one. It's essentially they try to make it look like it was a oneer, even though it's not. They did tricks to cut it together, but they go out of their way to make it like this one feels fine. It's good. It's well done, but it's just kind of like I don't know.
Which De Palma movie is it that has the opening? Is it Blowout? I think it's Blowout. Has a similar type of long POV take. I think it's Blowout. That one's really good.
I didn't see a lot of
Blowout's really good.
movies.
Blowout's a really great movie anyway. Yeah, but I think that's the one where because he's a film sound guy. Yeah. And so the opening scene of Blowout is from the film that he's doing sound for at the moment. So it has nothing to do with the rest of the movie, but it's a really, really awesome scene.
Yeah. Now that you mentioned it, Jackson, I think I'm gonna lean more Halloween for the POV shot just because it's more iconic. My favorite moment in that whole shot, the whole moment is when the camera looks up and he looks at his sister's bedroom or I think it's his bedroom, and then the light goes off and you hear that that was perfect.
That's a better opening. This one's
honestly
fine as far as this movie goes.
My favorite killer POV shot in the whole movie is later in the movie where he's throwing the tantrum in the attic.
Mhm.
and he's like throwing everything around, and
Mhm.
the girl has got the bag over her head and the rocking chair and everything. I
Right.
think that's a
Mhm.
much more compelling
Right.
killer POV shot than the opening
Yeah.
one.
Isn't Peeping Tom the first slasher movie or first horror movie to do a POV shot of the killer?
I mean, according to Scream 4, it is.
Right. I think we
But I
need.
don't know.
Yeah.
Peeping Tom is great though.
Yeah, I need to watch
PB
that
Tom is
one
wonderful.
just for
It's
that.
really
I
good.
like it. I like it more than Psycho.
Well,
As far as like
he-
1960, pre-slasher kind of
Mhm.
things.
right.
I think it's a much cooler movie than Psycho.
Well, I think we need to phone a lackey right now. Now, I would. I asked him about it. And I'm on this live stream, but he said he had some prior obligations to attend to, so I'm not gonna about that. That'd be cool though. If he wasn't busy, we just phone him and it's like,
Just
hey,
call him up.
is Peeping Tom
He's like, I'm
truly
eating
the first movie with a
dinner
POV shot?
with my family.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, I'm
No, I
eating
can
dinner with
talk.
my
No,
family.
I can talk. It's fine. He just eats through the entire review.
Yeah, I just text him. Should I text him that?
You can.
Sure.
I mean,
Yeah.
nobody's stopping you.
Dude, let's do
He
it.
might
Okay,
not
talk-
respond to it until this is over.
Right, you guys talk among yourself. I'm gonna text Reed Lackey this.
Okay,
Reed Lackey
so
being if you guys are new to my show, Reed Lackey being the host of my favorite horror podcast, the Fear of God podcast. He's been on this show before.
yes, and he has an encyclopedic knowledge of horror cinema.
Oh yeah, I thought I was bad. I met Reed Lackey.
Yeah, he is. He sees more movies than almost anybody I know, and they're like all horror movies. Like he sees probably like 100 or 200 horror movies a year.
That's wild. There's not that many good horror movies every year. So
he doesn't care. He'll just watch anything.
Okay.
But he's also a very liberal grader. So he gives a lot of 5-star reviews on Letterboxd.
I mean, sometimes as long as the filmmakers they hit their intention and they did it,
right?
I can't fault them for that. Like under the circumstances, sometimes budget pushes it. Like you can only do so much of what you got. And if they achieved it, cool, yeah. But I don't know if I give 5 stars.
I think I give out. I'm trying to think. Like, what's the last movie I gave 5 stars to?
As far as Guardians of the Galaxy Part 5 or Part 2, or you know about like recent
Part 3?
movies?
Yeah, I'm just talking about in general. Oh, yeah, during October when I was watching all the horror movie every day, I gave out a couple of 5 stars. One was Possession, and then the other one was Train to Busan.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Train to Busan was awesome. I loved it.
I watched Train to Busan at the beginning of the pandemic, and I was already pretty disenfranchised by society at that point. And that part when it shows the little girl singing Aloha. And then, that guy was about the sniper because he thought, I'm like, no, don't kill her, do not kill her. I'm like, oh good, you did kill her.
So amazing.
Not handle a child being killed right now in a movie.
Right. We are quite far afield now.
Thanks for joining us, everyone. We'll get back to Black Christmas soon, but before that,
I will say I do like all the clever and different ways that they hide the killer's face in this movie. I thought that was really interesting. Like
I will say,
what were you gonna say, Jackson? I mean,
Eric. I was gonna say, even before we start, like the setup for the whole movie, like starts like lickety split. Like we've set up that there's a killer. He's made his first kill like 10 minutes into the movie. Like it's not, doesn't take a while to get going. Like it's off and running like fast, which is nice. For a movie like this, sometimes they like drag on, like hide him and stuff like that. But like he's off and running, strangling a girl in 10 minutes into the movie, which I appreciate.
Sure. Oh yeah. The gift wrap. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. That's like the most iconic part of this movie, honestly, is that.
It's the
Yeah.
most unnerving part. That push
Mm,
in on that dry cleaning bag, and you can kind of see just part of a face and like his
Yeah.
mm,
hand moving in the corner. It's weird. It's
yeah.
good.
Then
But
the
yeah,
fact
like
that they keep cutting back to her corpse for the rest
mm,
of the movie.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. But like this guy's like hiding in like the closet. And then like there was one part when he's standing on the left side of the second story of this sorority house, looking in the
mhm.
hallway,
Mm,
with his head being cut out of the frame. I thought that was really
mm.
interesting. Way to frame that. Um, I love the jump scare or the jump cut of Claire's dead body covered in the on the wrapping paper. That was something I
Mm.
wasn't expecting. It's like
Mm-hmm.
what was before that? I think I can't remember what was right before that scene.
Of
But I
her
remember
being in the
Oh,
attic
I
and
don't
like
know.
the face. I can't remember either.
okay, it was one thing, and then it cut to Claire wrapped in the paper in the wrapping paper.
Yeah, I don't remember what the jump cut
It would have
actually
been
is.
it would have been all the kids downstairs, right? And then they cut to that. I don't know. I
Okay,
can't
Oh,
remember.
maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah,
real quick,
maybe it's
guys.
when they're like the guys dressed up as Santa Claus. Is it that?
Hey,
That's a funny scene.
Maybe.
can we put a pause to this real quick? Because I got
Okay.
an answer for Mr. Lackey.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
What does he say?
Okay, so my question or my text was: is Peeping Tom truly the first horror movie that puts you in the killer's point of view? I'm on a live stream with Eric and Jackson, by the way. And his response is, as far as I know, Peeping Tom is the earliest film to directly show you the vantage point of the killer stalking their victims. All previous films were from an objective outside perspective.
Mm.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
He's the he knows. So
Yeah,
we settled it
sure.
for now.
Yeah. But yeah, no, yeah, oh yeah, speaking of the guy who goes to best Santa Claus, I just gotta say one thing real quick. Ho, 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 shit. I love that. I love it. It's so
Vulgar
funny.
It's
Santas
a
are always funny.
yeah, pretty much. It's and that brings up a thing about this movie. So you've got the whole like killer plot going on. There's so much other stuff going on though.
Oh yeah.
Like every character has like little things that they're doing, and that's part of the reason the movie doesn't work for me. But I also respect that they're what they're trying to do with all of that.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're trying to give you like fleshed out characters, but it kind of like in the process sort of like grinds the movie to a halt over and over and over again. So
Yes. Probably didn't
it's
need
a
as
two-edged
many of
sword.
them.
Yeah.
But you're right though. They do give like little beats to everyone. Even like the dummy cop who's like taking their stuff down at the station
Right.
to like
Yeah.
the dad who shows up. Like the dad who shows up is like a super compelling character to me.
What a
Who's like
sad
is
character.
sad, super man, and like I don't feel like he gets a good payoff at the end. It feels just maybe a little too unfocused.
Yeah.
And really like the suspense stuff. Like I know it's not the guy, and I think that's what they try to imply for a long while, that it could be the pianist guy who doesn't want Olivia Hussey's character to have an abortion.
Yes. It never
It,
occurred to me that he was even a suspect. Like,
Yeah.
right.
and then you
It
get to
seems for a
the
while.
end, the bleakest ending.
Yes.
Yeah, can we talk about the boyfriend? Because he was really upsetting.
That's
Yeah.
Keir
Sure.
Dullea, right? He's from 2001: A Space Odyssey.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't know.
Yeah, he's the main character in that movie. So
I forget what
anyway,
his name is in that movie,
Yeah,
but yeah, that's him. I
yeah,
always
but
thought he was older because this is just like 4 years after that, 5 years after that, and he's playing like a high school or playing like a
six
college graduate.
6 years.
Six
Yeah,
years.
6 years
Yeah.
because
68.
68.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
74. Yeah,
yeah, but no, his reaction, his name, the character's name is Peter. To
yeah.
Mhm.
Olivia Huxley's, her name is Jess. Her character's name is Jess. his reaction to her wanting to have an abortion is extremely upsetting. And he basically says, "Do you think about anyone else besides yourself?" And that's upsetting because he didn't have to bear that child. She does.
Yeah.
You're
Oh,
not
for sure.
automatically created to do that. So you don't have any business or any say from
Right.
that. And that's the thing that I just find crazy is that you have all the I'm gonna get a little political here, but you have all these conservative men that want to say, "Oh, women need to have kids." Or I guess even conservative women say this, but or like women need to have kids because that's the happiest thing in your life. I'm like,
Right.
for some
Is
people, for
is it
maybe
the happiest thing in your life? I don't know about
no,
that.
maybe for you, that person that
I've got
thinks,
this.
but not for everybody else.
I don't know.
Like,
This cat's pretty happy. All right, buddy.
I can speak for myself as a man who's someone you can never bear children inside of me. I can say
Sure.
like I'm not planning on having kids anytime soon, if at all. And
Yeah.
I live a happy life, like doing this, honestly. So like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but like
I
if
mean,
I
it
was a
makes him.
woman, who oh sorry,
Yeah. No, go ahead.
but no, if I was the woman who said that, then I get attacked, and I'll be in this scenario, I'll be in the same position doing horror, sci-fi, and beyond, and be
Sure.
happy doing this. Like so that's kind of messed up.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
I
yeah,
would
no, and I
get
think
attacked for that, but not men.
I think that's what kind of like makes this movie work in a lot of ways is these little character beats. Compared to like we went and watched Thanksgiving recently, and most of those characters are so bland and so just kind of straightforward, generic slasher movie. People that
Right.
like at least you're getting these little beats, and you kind of know where their relationship is because of his reaction to like her saying she wanted an abortion. Like you can
Mm-hmm.
kind of tell like she probably didn't love this guy before she got pregnant, and now she's
Right.
like, I don't want this. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Right.
It's like peeling like a little layers back on this onion.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And I do find it interesting that there's an abortion subplot in this movie, considering that it's a Christmas movie and a lot of people celebrate the birth of Christ on December 25th, even though if
I
he
mean,
was real,
yeah,
he wouldn't probably wasn't born on that day. Like it's highly likely, like 100% unlikely that he was not born in December. But I thought that was kind of interesting. And a lot of Christian groups are very anti-abortion, like they're pro-life.
Yeah.
I thought that was
Which
kind of
also makes it a funny irony that 3 years later she would play the Virgin Mary in a movie.
Oh yeah, interesting. Yeah,
but also, I mean, that's
the
super interesting,
section?
especially for the time period. When I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, you wouldn't. I feel like movies made back then, a lot of them don't really talk about that kind of thing.
No,
So
yeah,
hey,
it's
they don't
bully
talk
for
about it a
Bob
lot in movies
Clark,
now. Yeah,
yeah, it's very female empowering and very feminist forward for its time, really.
Mm.
And it's not
Yeah,
like
I was
super
thinking
in your
about
face
that.
about it too.
I was thinking about that while I was watching it. I was like, is this movie like super feminist or is it kind of misogynist? And I couldn't really decide.
kind of waffling in between.
Mhm.
It's like it wants to have these like forward thinking. It's got these forward thinking like character beats and just ideas about like the female protagonist sort of being like full bodied and like knowing who they are and what they want. But then
Right.
it's also a movie about a crazy person living in an attic and killing sorority girls. So it's just like
Right.
it wants to have its cake and
It's
eat it
very
too. It's
strange.
weird. Yeah,
Well,
it's kind of like Driller Killer. No, what's the not Driller Killer? Slumber Party Massacre. Have you ever seen Slumber
Oh,
Party
well,
Massacre?
that movie is awesome for one thing.
yeah,
Yeah.
That's an interesting curio from the slasher era because it's the only slasher franchise where all of the installments are written and directed by women.
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. Even with all the gratuitous nudity in the first one.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't
Produced by
really
Roger
want to.
Corman.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was the
He
thing. Is
required. Yeah.
it was like a production mandate that they had to
Yeah.
include some of that, but they tried to do it in a very tongue in cheek way.
Yeah.
So
And I think some of that
it's
was
really a
added after their edit.
satirical.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I've looked into it a little bit, but the first Slumber Party Massacre is really good. The second one's
Love it.
not as
Yeah.
good.
It's
I never saw the
yeah.
third one.
Yeah. Hey, I don't mind. I don't mind the gratuitous nudity. I mean, the human body is a human body. People kind of flip out over that.
Right.
The Europeans got it right, especially the Italians and the French. And trust me, I've been.
The French.
Yeah, I went to the Louvre. There's like a whole. There's like all kinds of artwork with naked people, like both male and female.
Oh yeah, that was like just part of the art scene, going back.
And they don't find it necessarily sexual.
Right.
Like,
no, it's just beautiful. Yeah.
It is beautiful.
Right.
Yeah. So I think it's kind of funny in a weird way that Lois Lane, like a lot of people's favorite Lois Lane actress, played a really sex obsessed character that's also a drunk alcoholic.
She's kind of the best part of the movie.
She's wonderful.
Yeah.
She's having a lot of fun with that character.
She's a little bit one note to me. But I guess you kind of.
But it's such a great note. It's such a great note. That's the thing.
It's a great note to play, and it doesn't overplay its hand because there's so many characters to a fault. There's too many characters, so she never is just like there for too much time. But also, I think it's nice. So she gets that phone call at the beginning, and it sort of like sets up her drinking. You know what I mean? Like she's been drinking before that, but like she gets that phone call about like we don't really hear what she's saying, but it's implied that basically she's not going to go home for Christmas. She's going to be alone, essentially. And so that kind of plays off of all that stuff that comes later where she's like an alcohol, like she's drinking at the police station.
Right.
It's great.
So speaking of the phone call, I remember my sister was in our kitchen, which is right close to our living room where I was watching this movie. And I actually had to skip the phone call scene because of all the vulgarity. And it wasn't just like the F word or the S word. It was like the P word and the C word. And I'm like, I don't want to.
Yeah.
And both like not just like one time, like multiple times. And I'm like, I don't want my sister to be
hearing the phone calls are very unsettling. And it's really probably the best part about the movie is Mario Kidder, and then really like how unsettling these phone calls are, because really the kill scenes aren't like crazy gory, or there's nothing like super real surprising that happens in them, but like those phone calls are something else. And he's like talking in different voices. I forget, I think I read at one point how they did it, and I think they brought in like several different people to voice he's like talking like Agnes at sometimes, and sometimes he's talking like his parents, and then it's just like
it's really
the
weird.
It's really weird, and I feel like there's like, if you listen through all of them, maybe there's a way to figure out the story. I think the story is that he killed his sister Agnes, and now he is become some sort of deranged from it.
The movie story, like the basic storyline, is fine, but like all the little details, I guess it's a little muddled. But I guess you kind of have to watch it.
See, I didn't even pick up until you're talking about it just now about like the brother sister thing. Is that part of it? I didn't even realize that was.
Yeah.
Because I didn't think that. I felt like it was random when I was watching it, but I guess I just missed the whole aspect of the movie.
Well, he does say Billy a lot, and does say Agnes, and is like, at one point they're like, "What, we want to know what happened to your sister, or where'd your sister go, or something like that, Billy."
Okay.
And so I think it's like he's like venting. I don't know. It's weird, and like why he makes phone calls, I don't know. Also, how did the other girl in town die? I had that question watching this again.
That was so weird. Like, I was like, did I miss something?
Yeah.
Like,
I feel like I missed something too. I was like, but he never left. So is this just a separate murder that's happening in the town?
It's really weird. But like, is Agnes a character in the movie or?
No.
Okay.
So yeah, there's nothing. It's just, I guess they're sort of coding his backstory a little bit, because we literally learn nothing about this person who's a killer,
right?
Which I think is probably the stronger aspect of it. I think if they revealed it was someone in the movie or something like that, then it would have been like, oh, generic. But like the fact that we never know who he is, and like we're only given like little glimpses into like who it could be, or like what's wrong with them, I think that works pretty well for the most part.
Right.
I don't understand why they leave Olivia Hussey there by herself, asleep in a house.
That is so, it's just really terrible. It's like, take her to like a hospital or something.
Yeah.
Yes, take her to the hospital. She has had a very traumatic experience. Yeah. But man, what bleak ending.
Yeah.
Oh,
I will
down.
say that I did watch Home Alone for our Christmas special,
Mm-hmm.
and I
So you watch
wonder.
Home Alone as like a palate cleanser after this movie?
No, what I was gonna say was I wonder if Chris Columbus,
Mm.
if this movie was somewhat influential to him while making that movie. Because I mean, all of them, they're two different types of Christmas movies.
Mm-hmm.
Home Alone's being more traditional, Black Christmas being, like a holiday slasher, gory
Right.
kind of
Sure.
thing, like really disturbing. But like the way that like the camera captures like Christmas lights and the way it reflects off of like characters and like the room and all that stuff, and the way that Christopher
Okay.
Columbus moved the camera around, and Bob Clark, it's very similar. I don't know. It's like some shots in Home Alone kind of gave me like the kind of a Black Christmas kind of vibe. You kind of have to watch Home Alone, I guess. Like when you
We'll
watch
watch it here soon.
yeah,
When I
when you
watch it here
watch
soon,
the
I'll
review.
watch it and think about it. Yeah, I'll think about Black Christmas while I watch this children's movie from the 90s.
I mean, there's some dark stuff in that movie. Like Joe Pesci was gonna bite that kid's fingers off.
Yeah. Those are my favorite bits. Like all the stuff with like the old man and like all
Oh
the
yeah.
yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
man,
Forget
Old
his
those
Man
name.
Marley.
it's such a great
Yeah,
movie.
Old Man
Oh, I
Marley.
cannot wait to do that episode because I
Oh, yeah, for
love
sure.
Home Alone so much.
Um, so do you guys want to say anything else about this movie, or do you want to get the favorite part, least favorite part?
It's fine. It's a fine movie. If you're looking for something you haven't seen, but you like an alternative to Christmas movies, this is a
Yeah.
perfect way to waste 90 minutes. But you may not think about it anymore after that. I don't know.
Did anybody see either of the remakes?
No.
I saw the 2006 one
Okay.
or
I heard that
2000. Yeah,
one's the worst of the
it's
three.
terrible.
But I
and
heard
I've
that the
seen
one that came out a couple years ago was actually okay. So
it's
I don't
not
know.
really?
bad. Yeah,
I heard they had
it's
like a
PG-13. It's one of those PG-13 horror movies that came out in the past 10, 15 years. Something like that. I think it's
Yeah.
Blumhouse. It's okay. Imogen Pooch is great in it, and she's usually great in most
She's always
things.
good. Yeah.
yeah.
I would watch this one. Watch the 2018 remake, but
19.
definitely skip the 2006 one. Never watch that. 2019? Oh, 19. Watch the 2019 one. Watch the 74 one. Don't watch that
Yeah.
06 one. It's trash.
I
Okay.
did hear that the 2019 version had a really strong feminist message that people had a problem with. Like I guess like one of the main female characters were like with like a man hating feminist or something like that. Like, what are your thoughts on that? Nah, I haven't seen it.
I was fine with it.
Okay.
We watch so many of these movies where women are like basically just getting killed left and right that I'm fine with like trying something new within the genre, the slasher genre. Cool. Give me something new. We've seen this before. This is the third remake of this movie. I'd love to see something else. Yeah.
Yeah. That's crazy that there's two remakes of this fucking movie.
I mean, it holds up for the most part. Like there's still
Hmm.
some great stuff in it. Like the phone calls are still good. Margot Kidder is amazing.
Hmm.
Um, but there's just some things. It's not really scary. We probably have
It's
too many
creepy.
characters that we try to
It's
follow.
atmospheric.
Yeah,
Like a horror movie doesn't necessarily have to be the scariest thing ever. It just has to have good atmosphere.
it's true.
Yeah. Okay. Any last words for you, Mr. Herbert, before we get to favorite part and least favorite part and favorite kill?
Oh, I forgot about the favorite kill. Oops.
Yeah. Well, we got
I mean, there's
three,
only
so
like
that's
three.
easy.
Yeah,
There's
just
not
like three.
there's not much to choose from. It's not a high body count movie. I sort of just what Eric was saying. Like, it's fine. Like, I've been a little negative on it, I guess. Like I said, I do think that the cinematography is just beautiful in this movie. I
Mm.
love
Oh,
all the
absolutely.
like warm tones and the way he moves the camera, particularly in the POV sections and stuff like that. So that's the best part. The cast is good. I think the script is just kind of a little too all over the place for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you. It's kind of it's kind of hard to follow different things. I didn't know who the guy that was dressed up as Santa Claus. I got confused who he was dating. I didn't know if he was dating Margot Kidder's character, could it seem like they were boyfriend girlfriend, or that one chick with the glasses?
Glasses. Definitely dating the chick with the glasses.
Okay, it
Okay.
was yeah, because like he was talking to I think Margot Kidder's character or a different character when he
Mm,
was up at the Santa Claus. Then it implied that they're a boyfriend and girlfriend. It was really weird.
mm. I mean, maybe he's just getting around the sorority house. I don't know.
I mean, yeah, good for you. um, okay, so let's go to the favorite part and least favorite part. Let's go to you, Jackson.
Um, favorite part. I already mentioned it, but it's that one POV shot where he's throwing the tantrum in the attic.
Yeah.
Mm.
That is like genuinely to me the creepiest thing in the movie. I and it's really really well done. So that's
That's at the end of the movie, right? Or
I
towards
think
the
it's
end?
like somewhere in the middle. I feel like it was in sort of in the middle
Okay.
of the movie.
I'm gonna go back
Yeah.
and watch that part 'cause I don't remember that.
Mm.
And
Least
then least favorite part, I don't know, like the whole like a pregnancy abortion subplot. Like I get what they're going for, but I just kind of is boring. So I whatever.
okay. Eric White. What is your
Uh,
favorite part of this movie?
fa my favorite part, I think it's the and honestly the phone calls because they just kid when you see like I've seen when I think it's when a stranger calls, and it's in movies like that they are these lewd or aggressive phone calls come in. They are pretty prototypical. Someone says something very, very nonchalant, but then it gets progressively worse. These start out weird and just get weirder, which I
Yeah.
love.
Right.
Um, and then Margot Kidder. So I have a two for like favorite thing. But then like least favorite part, there's probably too many characters. Like in honesty, like because they try to give everyone a beat, which I appreciate, which is what Jackson was talking about earlier. But like, there's just like we try to spend too much time with everyone, and like it just kind of suffers the pace. The pace kind of suffers from it all
Mhm.
in the long run. Did he leave?
I think you did.
All right. Well, this has been Black Christmas, everyone. Thank you for joining us.
I will do Drew's favorite and least favorite part.
Okay.
His favorite part, let me see. Oh, I don't know. I was trying to come
I
up with
think he
I'm
something
would
back.
say
funny.
oh, he's back.
Yeah. Sorry, I have to take care of something real quick. My favorite part is ho ho ho
Oh, yeah, that's
shit.
funny.
Ho 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 fuck. I just love that. You're just so cynical because I get kind of cynical around this time of
Yeah,
year.
with like kids around and stuff.
Yeah.
He doesn't
Ugh.
care.
Yeah, because
And
that's the
nobody else
thing.
seems to care. The kids are not phased, and nobody is like getting on to him really about
Yeah.
it. Like it's just
It is
whatever.
Santa Claus real naughty. But yeah, I think Kidder says that to the kids.
Mm.
But no,
Yeah.
like here's the thing. I really, really want to love Christmas, but there's some people, a lot of people, that make it so freaking hard to love Christmas. To this,
Mm.
to the level that I love Halloween. People are
Mm.
so just nasty this time of year. Like I
Yep.
don't get it.
Well, yeah, you work in retail. That's the worst
Yeah.
thing to work around Christmas
Yes.
time.
Yeah, well, I work in a smaller store, Staples. I can imagine what it's like in like Target. And then
I worked
Oh
I worked
yeah.
at
well, I
Target.
mean, I'm not
I
gonna
worked
go
at
Yeah.
there
Target
on the live
during the
stream. I don't want to
holidays.
go into rant mode right now.
Sorry. Yes. Yeah, working retail during the holidays is terrible.
Right.
I worked
Yeah.
at a place. I won't say where. I think I just did, but maybe no one heard. I worked at a place during like Black Friday, and it was they opened the
Yeah.
doors and it sounded like a stampede. It was the wildest thing I've
Yeah.
ever seen in my life.
Well, this whole Stampede thing on Black Friday is getting a lot better. Like I don't
Yeah. No, it's not as bad
Yeah.
as it was.
Thank
Yeah.
God, dude. So it was literally like the opening to Eli Roth's Thanksgiving. But that is crazy. I'm assuming.
Yeah. I remember
Yeah, I mean, I don't think anybody died. Yeah. Someone
I
didn't get
remember
their head
working
pulled
Black
off.
Friday. I worked in retail. I worked at like a comic book and record store.
Oh,
And
nice.
so
Mm-hmm.
we would have record store day on Black
Mm-hmm.
Friday.
Mm.
And it
Yeah.
was just like the craziest, most stressful day. Like we would do, you know, easily like 5 or 10 times the business that we would do on a normal day, and it was just like, oh man,
Right.
it was a lot. Yep.
Yeah, my Black Fridays aren't too bad at Staples, but it's just
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
it's the whole holiday.
nobody's buying that stuff as gifts, you know.
Yeah,
I
it's
gotta
the
run
holiday
on
season in
printers.
general. It's just crazy,
Gotta get
man.
that
I'm
fax
tired of
machine.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to like. Here's what I want to do. I just want to like, like those romantic comedy movies that are usually like a Lifetime of Hallmark, where people just like rent a cabin just out in the middle of nowhere in like a
Yeah.
small town, like in like Missouri or like Ohio or like
Uh-huh.
Tennessee or whatever, and like they meet like their soulmate there, and everybody's just nice to each other. That's what I want. Like I don't like Hallmark movies. I'm not a big romantic comedy kind of guy, but that's what I want in the for Christmas. I just want to get away from like all the craziness. That'd be awesome.
Sit and watch Black Christmas over and
I
over.
want
You
to
watch all
live.
3 of them.
Basically, I want to live in the Nancy Myers movie, The Holiday. That'd be awesome. And then Jack Black's there doing his Jack Black thing, singing like movie themes.
I
Like
have never gotten all the way through that movie.
I fall asleep every time.
I've started it multiple times and I've never
Yep.
gotten to the end.
Yeah.
I have no idea what happens at the end.
Dude,
I'm
that
guessing
video
everybody
store,
is fine.
Yeah, that video store scene with Jack Black, I love that. I watched that several times on YouTube. It is so funny.
I like how on the big picture, the podcast, Sean Fennessy, every time that movie comes up, he's like, it's a pretty good movie, but it's 500 hours long.
Yes.
He's always saying that. Yeah.
I mean, it's like 2 hours, and I agreeing with Jackson. Yeah, I've never made it to the whole thing. I've tried to watch it at least a couple times and just fall asleep every time.
Yeah, it's all right. I will say my least favorite part is I do like how Marco Kiddo just goes for it as far as this kind of like sex accepts character. Like I said, she's a little bit one-dimensional for me. I much prefer her as Lois Lane, but of course, that's the role that got her famous, much like Christopher Reeves as her co-star, Superman. And I'm really looking forward to the James Gunn Superman. I think the cast that they got for that is really interesting.
We'll see. The way that what's his name, Zaslav or whatever, the way he's running Warner Brothers, who knows if that movie ever gets released? He keeps canceling movies left and right.
Yeah.
Movies that they get made, and then he's like, "Oh, well, we can do a tax write-off if we just don't ever put it out."
Yeah,
we just save ourselves $30 million.
But what a perverse way to run a movie studio.
Yeah, to be fair, I heard Batgirl wasn't that great.
Yeah, but the one that he just canceled, like, it was
the Looney Tunes one.
Yeah, Coyote versus Acme or something like that.
Yeah,
it sounded really fun, and
it did.
Apparently, like the early test screenings were pretty positive on it, and now it's just like never going to see the light of day.
Yeah.
Well, I did hear that they gave them the option now that there was a big old backlash on it that they're going to allow them to shop it around. So they can shop it to a different studio, like the producers.
That'd be weird, movie. A Looney Tunes movie getting released by not Warner Brothers.
Right.
That is so bizarre.
Yeah, but I gotta say, I'm just gonna let you guys know, there's gonna be I'm gonna start a freaking riot. Metaphorically, but you're gonna hear it for. Okay, let me back up. Not a riot, but you're gonna hear me rant on here if that man decides to cancel Matt Reed's Batman universe.
Who knows? I mean, dude, he is a crazy person.
Yeah, The Batman isn't my favorite Batman movie. It's up there, but I love what Matt Reed did with that universe. Like that's my favorite cinematic Batman universe. And if that gets canceled this early on in the game, I'm gonna be fucking pissed the fuck off as a Batman fan. And you guys are gonna hear about it. You guys are gonna hear about it.
Oh no, my connection's going bad. Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh, is it really?
Oh no. Oh wait. No, I'm kidding. If it making a joke, if you started ranting, I'd just get off. Sorry.
Okay. Ready to get the favorite kill? I'll start with you, Eric. Oh no, you didn't do your favorite part, least.
No, Didn't I?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. It was like favorite parts of the film called least favorite part was too many characters. I think you got logged out or whatever during that time.
Okay, so
But
yeah, what's your favorite kill?
probably the first one. I mean, I think the first one is probably the most effective.
Hmm.
I don't really like the glass statue kill that much. I don't know. It just feels I don't know out of the blue to me for some reason. And like they didn't set up those crystals. Maybe they did. Maybe I just missed it. I don't know. But I think the first one's probably the most effective as far as like especially because it comes like 10 minutes into the movie. That's it.
Right. What about you, Jackson?
I'm gonna be chaotic, and I'm gonna pick the random girl that they find in the park that you don't actually see her die or see her body.
That doesn't count. You don't actually see the kill happen.
I mean, technically, you don't see any of these kills happen. They're
I
all
told you,
almost all off screen.
I
Yeah.
told you I'm gonna be chaotic and pick that one.
Okay. I'm gonna go with the glass unicorn scene because that was pretty cool. It was very Italian horror. That's was what I liked about it.
Sure. There's like a lot
this is owes
of
a
like
lot to
giallo
that.
influence in there.
Yeah, I need to watch more Italian horror movies. Maybe we can do it as a series for my October horror movie review series in 2025 because I don't know what I'm doing for that at all.
I've only seen a couple giallo movies. One of them I really liked, and the other one I was so bored. So I don't know.
There's some that are very long, and there's some that are very bad. So you just gotta have to like, bear with some of them. Some of them are wonderful. Suspiria is great. Even though that one's not technically a giallo because it's not really like a detective movie. But
see, I've never seen the original. I've only seen the remake.
Oh, you need to. It's amazing.
Yeah. It's wild. It's wild.
Yeah. So rating.
3.
3.
2.5, 3. Yeah.
Jackson.
Same. 2.5, 3. Somewhere there.
I'm gonna go with a 4.
Okay.
That tracks. That's how this show usually goes. Me and Eric are like, it's okay. Drew's like, I really like it.
I'm just really easily entertained. I don't know why.
I'm easily bored. So
yeah. So guys, that is our Black Christmas review. That was a lot of fun talking about this this movie. Do you guys want to do bathroom break before we get to our signing portion?
We can.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean,
you don't have to use the bathroom. I'm not going to force you to use the bathroom. We don't have to.
I'm going to go right now. I'm not even in the bathroom. Or maybe I am. You can't tell. I've got this screen on. I can be anywhere right now.
He's sitting on the toilet recording this episode.
For 2 hours, I've been in here.
Yeah, got his laptop on a little TV tray.
Okay, so I'm actually going to go use the bathroom real quick, and then...
Okay. Go for it.
All right.
Yeah, and then if you guys need to go.
Hope everything comes out all right. I couldn't resist. Anyway, let's talk shit about Drew while he's gone.
Oh no! I'm sure he'll never rewatch this at any point. What's your favorite Christmas horror movie? What's your favorite Christmas slasher or whatever?
I haven't seen a ton of them. I've seen I think my favorite one is Krampus.
Yeah.
Krampus is the only one I've seen that was like, I felt like it was an actual good movie. Like I've seen like Silent Night, Deadly Night, and it's really stupid and it's kind of fun because it's so stupid. I never saw the second one. I've only seen like the highlight reel, garbage day. I've seen that part. Yeah. But I've never seen the whole movie.
If you've seen the first one, then you've seen the first 40 minutes of the second one.
That's what I've heard is it's just a rehash.
Yes.
And then it just turns into a completely different thing. I'm trying to think what are some of the other Christmas horror movies?
I guess Gremlins falls into that.
Gremlins is really good. Yeah, that one's also really, I forgot about Gremlins. I think of it more as a comedy.
Yeah.
It's a horror comedy, but it's a good one. Let me think. Oh, have you ever seen one? It's not good, but have you ever seen one called Santa's Sleigh?
Oh, the one with Goldberg.
With Goldberg, yeah.
Yes, yes, it's great. It's so like over the. It almost feels like a soap opera or something. Or it feels very direct to
So
video.
stupid, but yeah.
It's so terribly wonderful.
I never saw. Did you ever see Rare Exports?
I
I keep
did. I love Rare
I keep
Exports.
meaning to watch it, and I never have like sat down and
It,
watched it.
you should watch Rare Exports. It is surprising in ways that you don't won't expect coming.
I've
Um,
heard that it's like turns into this whole thing about like Finnish nationalism.
it gets wild. It gets
That's pretty
wild before
weird.
the end of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's not super violent. I wouldn't say it's
Yeah.
necessarily a horror movie for the most part. But it's
Okay.
all weird. It's always weird.
Yeah.
Heard you
But it's
were
great. I
talking
would say
shit
watch
about
that. I
me.
would say Rare Exports. Huh? What?
Aren't you guys for
We were
talking
talking
shit
about Rare
about me?
Exports. No,
No,
never do
literally before I left
that.
the room, Jackson was like, "Hey, I talked shit about you."
Yeah, I did that so you would hear it and get paranoid. No, we were just talking about like other Christmas horror movies that we like. Do you have one that you like?
Gremlins. It's
Well,
probably
yeah,
my
yeah.
We talked about Gremlins.
yeah.
Yeah.
I like Batman Returns. That's probably that is my favorite.
I forgot about Batman
I
Returns being a
always
Christmas
forget that
movie.
it's technically a Christmas movie.
Yeah.
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 I'm gonna serve my friends perfect. God, you
But
want to talk about perverted?
hmm?
You want to talk about a perverted character? Being the
Oh.
penguin.
I always just think of the penguin in that scene where he talks about where he's eating the fish and then immediately says to that one guy's like, at least my nose isn't gushing blood, and then turns and bites him on the nose and sprays blood out. It's seared in my brain from when I was a kid and saw that movie probably way too
Oh,
What a
young.
Catwoman's origin story
weird
freaked me
movie.
out.
Mm-hmm. Say again.
Catwoman's origin story freaked me out.
Mm. Her getting like licked on by all those cats,
Yeah.
bringing her back to life.
Yeah, and then she takes her stuffed animals and like stubs them in the garbage disposal and starts stabbing them like these fucking Norman Bates.
What a wildly, weirdly sexual children like movie for like a mass audience. It was
Yeah.
gonna play in the summer
That
of
had
like
like Happy Meal
92.
toys and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Such a
Yeah.
weird movie.
I like it more than I like the first Tim Burton
Same.
Batman, but I don't really like either of them like very much. I really don't like the first one. Batman Returns at least is an improvement on the first one, but yeah,
it's so much
not my
more Tim
favorite.
Burton-y. That's the thing.
It is, and it doesn't
Yeah.
have like the first one bothers me because like the Prince music in it doesn't
Yeah.
fit.
What?
It's all
I
just
mean,
like butting up against
it's
itself.
good.
Yeah.
It's good music on its own, but it doesn't fit a Batman
Blasphemy.
movie. It
That
doesn't
is
make
blasphemous.
I don't know. It just
Especially
it makes
like
it
they're
feel
bringing
more
like
hmm?
I was just like, especially there being so many of them in there. There's like
Yeah,
5 Prince songs in the soundtrack. Yeah.
right.
Ah,
Feels weird.
That is
Feels
blasphemous,
gratuitous. Yeah.
Jackson. I'm gonna ignore you. I'm gonna completely ignore that you said. I'm gonna completely forget that you said that.
Okay, fine. I don't care.
Just Prince is the man. Gentlemen, let's burn in our minds. Lawrence? So do you guys need to use the restroom before we move on, or are we good to go?
I'm good.
No, I told you. I've been on the toilet this whole time.
Darn it, I really wanted Eric to get. I really was hoping that Eric needed to get to the bathroom so I could talk shit about Jackson.
I'm Wait, if I had to go to the bathroom,
Wait.
then you were going to talk shit to Jackson about Jackson?
No, Jackson. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Oh, I would
It's all
still
good.
hear you. I've got my wireless in.
I'm like, I really don't like how Jackson is always stroking his mustache like he's Ian McKellen. Like he's not nearly as good looking as Ian McKellen or as cool.
When does Ian McKellen have a mustache? He hardly ever has facial hair in movies.
Yeah, you know, he had a beard.
In the Lord of the Rings, sure.
Yeah.
No, not Ian McKellen. Ian McGregor.
Oh, Ewan McGregor.
I always get them mixed up.
How?
Yeah. How? Well, it's like Scottish. Or he's from Ireland? I don't forget.
I'm just
Yeah,
kidding,
Ewan
Jackson. You're
McGregor
pretty
is
cool.
Scottish. Yeah.
yeah.
You're pretty cool.
Anyway.
Yeah.
So
You
that
ready
was
to
Black
move
Christmas.
on to the cast and crew list of the Signing remake?
Sure.
Sure.
Who wants to
Yeah.
go first?
Mine is very lax.
Okay.
Well, there's
Well,
not a
I
lot of
think,
characters in the
yeah,
Shining.
Yeah. It's like 4 characters, really.
I
Yeah.
think,
Like Jack, Wendy,
yeah.
I
Annie,
embellished
and
a little bit
Scrubs.
with my
Scatman?
list.
All right. I want to go with you, Jackson, because I think you said you were going to do a Wes Anderson version.
I did do a Wes Anderson version.
I want to hear that. That's go.
Okay, so I keep switching everybody around in my mind because I don't know who I want to play each character. So I'm just gonna go with my gut. So for Jack Torrance, there was like 3 different people I was considering. I think the one I'm gonna go with is Jason Schwartzman.
Oh,
as Jack
okay.
Torrance.
Yeah.
It's a very different take on the character.
Yeah.
So then is it Wendy? Wendy is her name?
Wendy.
Yeah,
Yes.
Wendy Torrance.
Wendy?
Gonna go.
Darling?
Yes. Gonna go with Scarlett Johansson.
Ooh, nice.
So, and then for Danny Torrance, we're gonna use some special effects and put Timothy Chalamet's face on a little kid's body. This is my favorite. This is my favorite aspect. Okay. So then let's see. You've got who else is left? So you got why can't I think of the character's name? The black guy that Scatman Crothers plays.
It's Scatman Crothers. Oh, I can't remember his name. It is Scatman Crothers.
Dick Halloran. Dick Halloran.
Yes.
So we've got Dick Halloran left, and we have the hotel manager, the bartender, and then I went ahead and, since it's a Wes Anderson movie and he likes large casts, I cast a lot of the ghosts.
Fun.
So Dick Halloran, we're gonna go with Jeffrey Wright because he's started to show up in a lot of these Wes Anderson movies.
Okay, good pick.
So, and then hotel manager. Okay, this is another one where I couldn't really decide. I think I'm gonna go with Jeff Goldblum on this one. Yeah.
Orange. I think you should know that there was a murder in this hotel.
Yeah. See, I couldn't decide whether to make him the hotel manager or the bartender, but I went with hotel manager because I want the bartender to be Owen Wilson. Wow, you see, you've always been the caretaker. That's the thing. You got to think of like The Shining as like a very deadpan comedy for this version. So the 2 little girls, I went with just Saoirse Ronan twice. Again, with her face on like a little child's body. So let's see, the bathtub ghost. Of course, I'm going with Tilda Swinton. You can't not have Tilda Swinton in there. So she's the bathtub ghost. Then okay,
Scarlett Johansson.
But she's already Wendy Torrance. That wouldn't make any sense.
For obvious reasons.
Yes, I know what you meant. I was just glossing over it. Okay, this is the one that I can't decide because I was trying to figure out like who is going to be. I think the guy that's where the guy in the dog mask that's like going down on the other guy. I think the guy he's going down on is going to be Ralph Fiennes.
Okay.
Because I also thought about making Ralph Fiennes either the manager or the bartender. Like I said, I flipped these all around. Like I almost had Luke Wilson as Jack, but I couldn't decide. So yeah, I think I'm gonna have Ralph Fiennes be the guy that's in the room with the dog mask guy. And the dog mask guy, I don't know who that is. He doesn't ever take off the dog mask. And the other thing about this version of The Shining is the ghosts would talk a lot more. Like you'd get to sort of know their characters a little bit better because it's Wes Anderson movie. So you got to have like dry, witty dialogue for them to say. So Yeah, I think that covers everybody. Am I forgetting any? Am I leaving anybody out? I don't think so. So, yep, that's my list.
It's wonderful. It's lovely. I love it. I love the Timothy Chalamet's face transposed onto a
Yeah.
child's body is the cherry on top. Is the cherry on top.
Because the thing is he has a child's face anyway.
Yeah,
But just
works perfectly.
picturing him like being like, this tall, like looking up,
That is
I love
pretty
it.
fun. By the way, everybody say hi to Count Orlock.
Hi, Count
Hello.
Orlock.
Yeah, this is one of those Toonie Taylors from the NECA series.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I just saw him sitting there, and I figured it'd be funny if I cut back in with them. But no, that is funny. I think I like that one way more than your Batman one.
It wasn't as much fun as Batman, just because Batman has lots of very distinct, iconic characters. The Shining
True
is not quite as heavy in that area.
Yeah, but you can be more fun with Batman. Like that's in the nature and the history.
Yeah, exactly.
Like this is complete opposite.
Right.
I would love to see a Muppet version of the Shining. But here's the thing:
a Muppet version of The Shining would have been perfect.
How would you do it? Is it the Muppets saying the dialogue or doing the Shining like in their own Muppet way, or are they doing the lines verbatim but in their Muppet voices? Like,
I don't know which would be better.
Woody,
can I have both? I want both of those.
Yeah, discussing the fucking. I hope.
But like the two old men who are the ghosts in Muppet Christmas Carol, they're like some of the ghosts in the hotel. Like they
would be the dog mask guy and the other guy.
Oh my god, no.
Love it.
Fozzie Bear's the bartender. No, Ralph is the bartender. Fozzie Bear is the manager.
Yeah. Kermit's Jack Torrance.
Yeah, I mean you got that.
Is Wendy.
Yeah, and then
the little baby frog.
The little baby frog, Kermit's nephew.
Yeah.
No, I got the perfect one for the dog guy, Bert and Ernie.
Goodness.
Technically different universe.
Who would be Dick Halloran? Maybe that would be the one human character. Because you always have to have the one human actor in the Muppets. Yeah.
Either that or make it like
Sweetums, why you make it
like
Bert
the big
Ernie.
tall.
Here's why you make it Bert and Ernie.
Okay.
Who's the one that's always grumpy? Is it Bert or Ernie? I can never remember. I think it's Bert.
That's always what?
Yeah.
Grumpy.
Oh, Bert is the grumpy
Bert
one. Ernie is the carefree one.
Really funny if Bert the one receiving. You know what? And then when Wendy comes into the hallway, he looked up. He's like, "Ernie, what's he doing here?"
Or it's just Ralph. It's just Ralph who's already a dog.
Yeah, that would work too. I think it's funnier if it's Statler and Waldorf.
Hey, what's on us again?
Oh goodness!
Get a good fellatio around here.
What'd you say, Eric?
Nothing. Let's keep breezing past it. I didn't say anything.
Yeah, that was probably like all kinds of wrong.
All right, I can't wait to hear what y'all have got for this little exercise.
Okay, I'll let you go, Eric.
I did not put as much thought into it as y'all did apparently.
You have a director in mind.
I do have a director in mind. The only one I don't have is Danny because I couldn't really come up with a good one. But I think I had one.
That by
yeah. I mean, really, I would probably. So I was trying to think of like how to do it because they've already made The Shining. It's already been perfected by the guy from Wings in the '97 miniseries. I don't know how they can get any better than that. So it's like, how can we just do it differently? And I was thinking that you would give it to someone like maybe Donald Glover. And then he would direct, and you would cast like Brian Tyree Henry, who's in Atlanta as
Okay.
as the Wendy character, and then you would cast like Dominique
Oh,
Fishback as the Jack character. She would be Jackie in this movie.
okay.
And then
Huh, okay.
Anthony Hopkins would be Dick Halloran, and that's about as far as I got. But the kid was the one that was just like, their kids come and go all the time. I thought
Right.
of the little girl from like Blackish maybe, but I don't remember her name, so that's as far as I
Yeah.
got. But I was just trying to mix it up. That's all I got. Although in hindsight, the Muppet one is probably maybe a perfect one.
Yeah, that's an interesting take on it. That's waist swapping and gender swapping. I'm
Hmm.
sure
Yeah.
I'm sure a certain crowd would be real happy with that, but who cares? It's 2023. Get over it.
That's right.
Man, we're just fired up today.
Yeah.
All right.
What's yours? What you got?
Okay. So my director, um, well, my ideal director is Mike Flanagan, but I didn't want him to do that since he already did Doctor Sleep, but I don't want to confuse people.
Hmm.
So I'll look it out of the way. He's my ideal director, but I didn't want to confuse people.
Right.
I'm gonna go with Scott Derrickson
Mhm.
Okay.
because
Interesting.
I think he can do like a really like good ton of like he can do subtle horror good, like in Sinister and Black Phone.
Hmm.
And it's gonna be written by Derrickson, his writing partner Robert Cargill,
Yeah, Cargill.
Hmm.
yeah,
C.
and they're
Robert
gonna
Cargill, yeah.
yeah, and they're gonna team up with Mike Flanagan because he's just a great storyteller. I just want to see those three people collaborate on
As like
it.
a producer or
Oh
and
no,
a
a writer and
co-writer.
producer.
Okay. That would be cool. I can't believe they haven't tried to work together
Mm,
already.
Would make
Yeah.
sense. Yeah.
They have very similar
right.
sensibilities.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm surprised too. I did only pick one Mike Flanagan actor on here,
Mm.
and that's going to be my Jack Torrance, and it's going to be Oliver Jackson Cohen from Haunting of Hill House. Luke, the drug addict
Oh, okay. See,
guy.
I don't remember.
Oh,
I only saw a
okay.
couple episodes and I don't remember them. So I don't.
Oh yeah. Yes. I thought you didn't like
Yeah.
it.
Is he in any of the other Flanagan stuff?
He was in Blind Manor, which Flanagan produced and directed the first episode.
I didn't watch that one.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he'd be really good. He also was in The Invisible Man as
Who is he
well.
in that?
The
Is
Invisible
he?
Man.
Is he?
Oh, is he?
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah,
I like that movie a lot. That was really good.
Mhm.
yeah, because I was kind of thinking I can kind of see him as this recovering like alcoholic. Could he kind of played a similar role in Hill House, but then
Okay.
get real scary when he needs to be because he was really
Hmm.
scary in Invisible Man. I thought a really another really good one who can play him is Ryu Cooley from Midnight Mass, the sheriff.
Well,
Oh, yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah. He's great.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he got a little
Well,
crazy.
Zach Gilford could do it too. He'd be
Yeah,
really good.
yeah, you can
Yeah.
actually go through the Flanagan Rolodex,
Yeah.
Sure.
but I think the main reason why I picked Cohen is because Elizabeth Moss is going to be my Wendy.
Nice.
Yeah,
Okay.
That makes sense.
I think in the little scenes that they had together in Invisible Man, I think that's perfect.
Yeah.
And she can play. And I haven't seen her in hardly anything else, but she's really good at playing somebody who is traumatized by a relationship.
She's kind of got the market corner between like Invisible Man and Handmaid's Tale.
Yeah, which
Yeah.
I still need to see that. So it's time to find the time.
It
But
is
that
not
look.
a happy, fun time.
Yeah,
It's extremely
No.
depressing.
No.
I was seriously considering Kate Siegel, Flanagan's wife and frequent, performer in his projects, but
Mm.
Mhm.
I had a side by side picture of Siegel and Moss. And Moss had had a sadder, kind of beaten down look to her, which is perfect for Wendy Torrance.
Right.
That's why I went with her.
It's fair. Siegel
Um,
does look very happy.
yeah, for sure. for my Dick Halloran, I'm gonna go with Mr. Forrest Whitaker.
Oh,
Nice.
Okay.
Solid choice.
Yeah, because he just plays like I think he can be really good at playing like this older character who is very comforting to Danny, but can be real creepy when he's telling him about the signing.
Hmm.
And he has a very unique look. Like I think his look would be perfect
Yeah.
for that. Because like he has like his like the way his eyes are kind of are a little bit off, a little if you notice.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think he'd be really good. Um, Here's my hardest one that I could not figure out for the longest time. But my Stuart Ullman, the manager of the hotel, I'm gonna go with Bryan Cranston.
Okay. Yeah, that
Okay.
works.
Yeah, because you kind of need like a warming presence.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody that's very kind of boisterous, very kind of comforting. It's
Yeah.
like because he's inviting this stranger, Jack Torrance, to take care of his hotel for like 6 months. So you kind of need somebody like that. But again, like with Dick Halloran, you need someone that can get kind of creepy when he's telling Jack about what
Yeah.
happened in the hotel. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and in the book, in the miniseries, he was kind of a dick to Jack. Because of the whole alcoholic thing, and I'm not gonna go there with that.
Hmm.
Um, I want to be more. I want more of a warming presence
Okay.
here. This is my favorite one. I'm gonna go with Lord Voldemort himself, Ray Fiennes, at Delbert Grady. Why
So we
not?
both had Ray Fiennes in ours.
Oh yeah, yeah. He's perfect. Can you just imagine him saying, "I collected her"?
Mm-hmm.
Just imagine him saying that. That'd just be amazing.
I mean, yeah, I can't argue with it. He'd be great in that
Yeah.
part. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And then here's my off colored or not off colored, but kind of a weird one. I don't know if you ever watched the show Lost at all.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I love that show. That's one of
Yeah.
my favorites.
I think the creepy guy with the stare. I think Ben was his name.
Oh, Michael Emerson?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Lloyd the
yeah.
bartender.
As
Okay.
who?
Lloyd the bartender.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he'd be perfect.
I guess I didn't cast Delbert Grady. I conflated him in my mind with the bartender. Huh.
Yeah.
Okay. I sort of turned him into one character. Okay.
They could play the same. They could be the same character though.
I tell you what,
remaking the whole universe.
I'm gonna adjust mine. I'm also gonna make Ray Fiennes Delbert Grady, and then I'm gonna make the guy that's with the dog mask guy. I'm gonna make that Adrian Brody.
Okay.
So
It's a great cameo.
yeah.
That's awesome. So yeah, that's our casting or individual casting crew list for the Signing remake or remake of the Signing. I feel like I went more traditional, and Jackson and Eric went more like just a little more off kilter, which is awesome.
Oh yeah.
You give me anything, and I will turn it into a Wes Anderson movie. It's my
Okay,
favorite thing to do. Nosferatu. I'll do that. I'll have to mull it over, but yeah.
So next, yeah, when we come back for Home Alone, we'll do Nosferatu as a Wes Anderson movie.
Nosferatu is a Wes Anderson.
Universal Monsters.
Oh goodness. Yeah,
So
Wes
right.
Anderson's Dark Universe.
Do Shore Girls.
Oh,
But anyways, guys, do you guys want to say anything else?
No, it's been a wonderful year. Thanks to everybody who's been watching. It's been great talking with you fellas.
Yeah.
As always, it's a great time talking movies. So
Yeah, for sure.
to a great year and to another year when we do it again.
Yeah. Well, This isn't our last time.
I know. I know.
You're making it seem like this is going to be the last time you're going to see us this year.
Well, we'll see each other here in a few weeks, and we'll talk about
I'm
Home Alone.
specifically not gonna wish everybody a Merry Christmas on this episode because I'm gonna do it the next one.
This is a happy Thanksgiving. Happy late Thanksgiving.
Happy last Thanksgiving. Happy late Thanksgiving.
Latesgiving.
But oh yeah, this has been fun. That was something with your Wes Anderson casting choices.
Timothy Chalamet one is choice.
Yeah.
The thing about a nightmare about that tonight.
That was definitely the one I was the most proud of.
Yeah.
Because I was like, how am I going to do this? I don't know any kid actors right now. Like they're all the kid actors I know are like have aged out of that part. It's like Jacob Tremblay, but I can't use Jacob Tremblay because now he's like a teenager. So it's like, okay, well, I got to do it this way then.
Perfect.
Right. Yeah, that's why I didn't cast any today. That's hard. I can't think of any kid actors around that age. But anyways, guys, if you like this live stream and you want to see more spooky and weird content, make sure you slap that subscribe button and follow me on Facebook and Twitter at Horror Sci-Fi and Beyond. And also, don't forget to leave this live stream killer comment and a King Kong size thumbs up. And this has been Drew from Horror Sci-Fi and Beyond. Over and out. Bye. Yeah.